Okay. So guys, welcome to the first session of our Selenium Java training. Today I'm going to give you or explain you more about the introduction to Selenium. So there are a lot of topics as you can see on the screen, like starting from here to here. So I'm going to explain all these topics which are required for you to understand. So Selenium. So we'll start with the introduction to Selenium. Later on, we'll go to the more practical topics and all. First, you need to understand what exactly is Selenium. Then you can understand all the other things about Selenium. So the first thing about Selenium is before you understand Selenium, you need to know what is manual testing. So anyone can explain what is do anyone know what is manual testing here? Only one person. Only one person. Anyone can raise and then what is manual testing? Hello, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Aaron, it's Krish.
Yeah, Krish.
Hey, so manual testing would be utilizing, um, basically doing testing through individual queries versus having written a script or something to repeat it, uh, sort of
Okay.
test over and over.
Yeah, fine. Sort of correct answer. But in simple terms, when I have to explain about Selenium, so what exactly is manual testing is the testing which is performed without using any tools. So here in this case, a person or we generally call him as a tester. Okay, will be sitting before the system and he will be performing testing without using any automation tools or tools. Okay. So in case of manual testing, we are not going to use any automation tools. So in presence of the tester will be sitting and himself will be performing the testing. This is called as manual testing. Here, the important thing that you have to see is without using any automation tools. This is called as manual testing. Fine. So hope you understood what exactly is manual testing. Let me give a high level example. Let's say I'll go to this website tutorialsninja.com/demo. Let's say this application is there and if I am asked to test the login functionality, okay, if I'm asked to test some login functionality, so I have to go to this particular login page and let's say I am the tester. I'm not using any automation tools now, right? I'm not using any automation tools. I have to manually go to this, navigate to this URL, then manually provide some email address. Manually, I have to enter myself some password. Okay, like this, some password I have to enter, and I have to click on login. Okay, if my credentials are right, then I'm going, then I will be able to log in. Otherwise, I will see this kind of messages. Okay, so I have to check whether the login functionality is working fine or not in a manual way. Whatever I done so far, like opening the application manually, then entering the credentials, clicking on the login button myself. Okay, all this are part of the manual testing. All these are part of the manual testing. This is an example, guys. Okay, whatever I showed you. But as an opposite thing, we have the automation testing. So can you say now what is automation testing? Anyone?
Yeah, automation testing would just be like performing it with the use of tools to be more efficient.
Yes. So here in case of manual testing, we are on our own, right? We are testing on our own without the help of any automation tools. But in case of automation testing, we use some automation tools where we are going to create or write some automation scripts or code okay, which will actually perform the testing on behalf of the tester. So here automation tool will be performing the testing on behalf of the tester. Okay, this is what is the difference. In case of manual testing, the tester is performing the testing, whereas in case of automation testing, the tool, automation tool, with the help of the automation code written by this tester will be perform the testing. So this is the main high level difference, guys. Okay, this is enough. If you have to learn Selenium, you need to understand the difference between manual testing and automation testing. So here the automation tool will automatically open the application. So all these actions like opening the URL, okay. So like this, let's say, I'll show you. I will try to use a very simple automation tool. Okay, in Selenium itself, there is some tool known as Selenium IDE. So you don't have to like. I will explain more about Selenium IDE in the upcoming videos. Okay, but for now, just see what is happening here. Okay, you don't have to understand how to install this and all. I will be explaining more about Selenium IDE in the upcoming sessions. So here I launched Selenium IDE, and before this particular tool can perform some automation testing, I have to write some code, right? So for that, this particular automation tool has this recording option. Okay, you don't even have to write some automation code. We can simply record something that we want to automate, and then later this automation tool will perform the automation and perform the testing for us. So let me record a test. Okay, so I'll give the project as Selenium demo. Say okay. I have to give some URL, guys. Let's give the same URL, that is tutorialsninja.com/demo. Okay, I'll copy this and paste into this. I'm just recording, guys. Okay, this is the recording and playback tool. I'll explain more about this tool later. But so here you don't need to write any automation code. You can simply record the steps that you want to automate, and later this particular tool will playback. Start recording, I have to say. So maximize the window. Automatically things will happen now, as you can see. Login. I'm just giving some invalid credentials anyhow. Click on login. Okay, you will see this message. I'll right click here and select Selenium IDE. Verify presence of this particular text. Then what I will do is I will simply stop the recording. I'll give the name as demo test 1 and say okay. So here, as you can see, there is some automation test created already for us. Okay, the Selenium IDE tool has auto generated this code, and these are the steps. These are the steps that got recorded while I was while I was recording the actions. All the actions are getting automatically recorded in the Selenium IDE tool. Now tomorrow when I want to, so I'll close all these windows. Let's keep one thing open, and if I want to tomorrow, I want to run this automation test. Simply I need to click on the play button. I have to select this test and click on the play button. You see automatically things are happening. I'm not doing anything on my screen. Okay, so you see the test has been passed. Again, I'm doing. Okay, it's automatically open the application URL, going to the login page, entering the credentials and clicking on the login button. Okay, and closing itself. So all these steps which got recorded by this tool got passed now. Okay, when I play it. So this is one example for the automation, guys. Okay, so you write one time, you record one time and play multiple times. Any number of times you can play it. You see, I'm playing it again. The same result I'm getting. Again, if I want to play, I can play. So far I played 4 times, right? So far I played 4 times. So this is like a simple example for automation, guys. So let me explain more. Okay. So how can a tool perform testing? How can a tool perform testing? I was saying like manual testing means testing without using any tools, and here the tester will be performing the testing. Whereas automation testing, in place of the person, the automation tool will be performing the testing. a tool will be performing the testing. We can call this tool as test automation tool. So here I was saying like a tool will be performing the testing, right? So this tool is known as the tool which can perform the testing is known as automation tool. Simple. And now, what is the example I gave for automation tool so far, guys? In which tool I demonstrated? Can anyone say?
Selenium IDE.
Yes, Selenium IDE is a tool I have used for demonstration purpose so far. It's a very simple tool. So what is the capability of this tool? How this tool is, how we are writing the code into this tool? Am I writing any code here in Selenium IDE?
Playback.
Yes. Yes, speak up, no problem. Hello?
No,
Yes.
you haven't been
Hmm.
you haven't been writing anything so
We are
far.
not writing anything. Yeah, we are not writing any code here in this case. We are not writing anything. So what actually I'm doing for instead of writing the code, what exactly I was doing? I was recording.
You're-
Okay, I was just recording. Yes, I was just recording the test, and later I am executing it. So here I don't have to write any tool, but if you go for the required tool in future videos, I'm going to explain about Selenium WebDriver. Okay, this is what we have to focus more about. So in order to start WebDriver, we have to go through a lot of things. That's why I'm not taking the WebDriver as examples here. Okay. So anyhow, in future, when we go to the Selenium WebDriver, here in this case, here we are not writing code, but here we need to write some code. We need to write some code. In case of WebDriver, we need to write the code, but in case of Selenium IDE, we don't have to write any code. Okay. And I'll explain the benefits why we need to write the code. Even though we have this recording feature, still we have to write the code, right? So all those things I will explain later. Okay, but in Selenium WebDriver, we need to write some automation code using some programming language like Java and some Selenium API commands together. We need to write some automation code. Once the tester writes the automation code, he can simply execute the test. Okay, you can simply execute the automation test or code. Test means code here in this case, written code. Then the same thing will happen. Whatever I am doing here, right? This kind of thing will happen. It will open the application automatically. You'll go to the login page. It will enter the credentials and click on the login button and close. Okay. All these things are going to happen automatically the way I showed with Selenium IDE. In Selenium WebDriver, only difference is we are going to write the code. In Selenium IDE, we don't have to write any code. That's the only difference, guys. Okay. So here, how the testing is performed by the tool. The first step is the tester has to. The first step is that tester has to write some code. We need to write some code, guys. So the code will look something like this. Let me show you how the code will look like. So select this particular test which got auto-generated by this Selenium IDE tool. Select these three dots. You have an option to export, guys. I'll show you high level like how the code is going to look like. Okay. So here we need TestNG, but we don't have TestNG. I'm going to use Java JUnit for now. Export. So on the desktop, I am exporting some Java file, as you can see. Okay, from this particular auto recorded things, I'm going to export some file. The file got exported here. So in folder, right click, some edit with Notepad++. I'm saying so that you can see what exactly the code is inside. All this code got auto generated, guys. Okay, so I have not written this code. So simply I recorded some tests inside the Selenium IDE and then I exported the test. I exported the code. So whatever the steps are there here, they got converted into the code automatically by the Selenium IDE. Okay, this is one of the good feature of Selenium IDE, you can say. So here I was opening the Notepad++, right? As you can see, there is a lot of code here. Okay, it looks complex, but it's very easy, guys. Okay, I'll make it easy in the upcoming videos anyhow. So as you can see, there is a class. Okay, this is all the Java code, guys. Okay, Java code along with the WebDriver or Selenium WebDriver API together. So inside the Java code, we are going to see some API commands. You don't have to understand it right away. I'm just giving a high level, okay? Just a high level walkthrough so that you can have something in your mind like what you're going to learn in the upcoming videos. So there are some methods inside this. Okay, here this is the test method. Here these are the statements. Okay, so this is how like Selenium kind of statements will look like. Inside the Java class and Java method, we have this lines of code. Okay, here we have the test-ng or JUnit annotations. Okay, which will help you drive the tests. Fine. So this is the code, guys. Here at a high level, let me explain. Okay, you don't have to understand this code. So, but let me explain what's happening here. So here driver.get one command of the Selenium WebDriver written inside the Java code, and here the URL is provided. So that means this is going to open this application URL. Okay, so all these things I'll explain later, but for now understand at a high level. This particular step will resize the window to these dimensions. So all this automation code written here or like okay, when you run this code, what will happen? It will do what you instructed the code to do. Here this one is opening the application URL. So the main application URL tutorialsninja.com/demo will open here. Then the window will be resized. Then you are going to click on something drop down where and in the drop down you are going to select the login like this. Okay, let me show you. First this is going to open. Then you are going to click on this drop down. Then click on the login. All the steps are there here, right? So up to here I did, right? I clicked on the drop down, I selected the login. Then I have to click inside the email. I clicked it twice. Somehow it recorded twice. We only need this once. Okay, so fine. So it's simply what it's doing is clicking on the email feed. After that, okay, it's moving the mouse here somehow like this. It's not required though. Then it's entering this email address. Send keys, email address. Which field? Email field. So this particular email will be entered by this like code into this email address like this. Then again it will click on the password. Then it is going to enter this particular password, okay, into this password field. And finally, it's going to click on the login. Okay, like this. So then finally it has to verify this message. So for that, is there anything here? Okay, so nothing got recorded here. Maybe in the IDE we have to see. Yeah, verify element present is there. This particular thing is getting verified. Okay, asset. Yeah, here it is verifying. Fine. So guys, hope you understood like at a high level what exactly is happening, right? So this kind of automation code we have to write. Okay, first, and then these are the steps, guys. Let me explain the steps. How the tool can perform testing. How the automation tool can perform testing on behalf of a person or tester. So can anyone? Sorry. Can anyone?
Yeah, so there was two ways. The first way is just by recording the input of the tester.
Yes.
And then the
That
second
is Selenium
way,
ID. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Second way is?
by writing a script. So using Selenium WebDriver.
Yes. Here, the first thing is that automation tester. This is step one, guys. Okay. Step one. Step #1. Here, the automation tester has to write some code in any language, okay, that Selenium supports. Selenium actually supports many languages. I'm going to explain more like about what are the different languages which are supported by Selenium WebDriver. For example, let's take some Java. Okay, example. I has to write some code in Java and WebDriver. Okay, some WebDriver commands will be there. So using this Java program and WebDriver commands, we are going to write some code. So automation tester writes some code. What he will do after writing the code? Can anyone? What is the step 2? Step #2. Okay, Shivam is saying like you need to execute it. No, that's not the step 2. Okay, that's there. That's the last step. Whatever Shivam is saying in the chat, like executing the test is like the last step. Okay, step 3 he's saying. Okay, step 3 is as Shivam is saying, it is executing the test. But what is the second step? Can anyone? What is the second step? Okay, the second step is here, whatever the code you have written, right? Okay, we need to provide this tool, I mean, provide this code to the automation tool, right? So here you are writing some automation code, then you have to pass this code to the automation tool, then you can execute the test using the tool. These are the steps that generally automation testers will perform. These 3 steps are required. First step is we have to write some automation code using the Java and WebDriver commands in case of Selenium WebDriver. Then we need to provide this code, whatever we have written, right? We have to put this code into the automation tool. Then you can execute the test using the tool. After this only, tool will perform the testing. Without these 3 steps, tool will not perform testing. Okay. So with these 3 steps, tool will perform testing. So this is how the automation tool can perform testing on behalf of a tester, guys. Here also the tester has to work something. He has to write some code. He has to provide this code to the automation tool. Then finally execute the test using the tool. Then only the tool will perform testing. Fine. So forget about Selenium IDE, guys. New Selenium IDE. Okay, forget about this. Okay, we have to understand Selenium in terms of WebDriver. Okay, this is where is our main focus all about. Okay, so we are going to use we are going to learn Selenium just for this Selenium WebDriver, not Selenium IDE. Selenium Web IDE is like I was using for examples or demonstrations, as this will take a while before I explain what is Selenium WebDriver and all. Okay, fine. So these are the 3 steps required, and then only you can make the tool perform the testing, automation tool perform the testing on behalf of the tester. Fine. Next thing, hope you understood how can a tool perform testing now. Now coming to Selenium, guys. Okay, these are all the basics that are required for you to understand Selenium. So what exactly is Selenium now? Guys, anyone? What is Selenium?
It's an automation tool.
Yes. Simple high level answer is it's an automation tool. Okay. I'm going to give more definitions or more ways of defining Selenium in the upcoming videos wherever okay, based on the topics I'm explaining, I'll just keep on updating this definition. At this moment, it is an automation tool. Okay, as part of this session, this is an automation tool. So one example of the automation tool is Selenium. So any other examples or any other tools you know, guys, apart from Selenium for automation purpose? Any automation tools you know apart from Selenium? Can anyone mention or chat or ping me or chat? It is also fine. Anyone? Any other tools other than this Selenium? Do you know? Does anyone know the different automation tools that are there in the market apart from Selenium? Yeah, I got a chart like, yes. Sanjay Patel is saying QTP. Yeah, QTP. Nowadays we call QTP as UFT. Okay, QTP as UFT. The latest name for QTP. Older days we used to call that as QTP. Now we are calling it as UFT. And okay, someone is saying SOAP. Okay, SOAP is something. It's a tool, that's correct, but it's also, you can say, automation, but it's actually it's belongs to API kind of thing. Okay, so that's fine. We can consider it, but it's a different flavor anyhow. So I'm just let's make this more specific. Like it is an automation tool, and it is a UI based. Okay, UI based functional automation tool. Functional automation tool. Let's write down all the UI based functional automation tools in the market. Apart from Selenium, we have QTP UFT, that's correct, and SQA robot. A lot of things are there. Yeah, a lot of things are there. Even I don't know this what is SQA robot, but a lot of tools are available in the market. Let me list down few. Test complete is another one. Okay, QTP test complete, and for this web automation we have Selenium. For mobile automation we have Appium. Okay, for API we have rest assured. Like that, many things are there in the market. Many tools are available in the market, but Selenium is like commonly used and most used tool in the market nowadays. Okay, so though we have many tools in the market, this is the starting point where people have to start learning these automation tools. If you start learning from Selenium, then all these things will be very easy, guys. In the later point of time, you can easily learn them. So first, Selenium is simply the door for, okay, starting with test automation. If you want to start your automation journey, I recommend you to start with Selenium, and that too with Java programming language. Selenium and Java programming are very much required. So this should be a starting point, guys. Once you master this, okay, without deviating from this tool to any other tool, if you master this, then learning other tools after completing this tool will be very easy. Okay, first you need to master this. Then your journey with test automation will be like good start, guys. Okay, so you just need to choose the most commonly and popular tool known as Selenium. Then you should be in a position to automate anything using Selenium. Then you can go with all the other tools that are there in the market. If you come to UFT, like you can perform desktop. Okay, desktop applications can be automated. I'll explain more about this. Okay, don't worry. And even test complete, not only desktop but also web also. But it has a capability of doing automating desktop applications. Appium generally used for mobile. Okay, mobile applications, automating the mobile applications. Rest assured, API automation. Okay, generally used for API automation. Like that, every tool has its own purpose, whereas Selenium also has a purpose. I'll explain. Fine. So simple terms, what is Selenium? Selenium is a automation tool. Okay. Instead of a person testing manually, here we are going to use Selenium automation tool. So the same steps will apply, guys. That is, first, the automation tester has to write some code. Then he need to provide this code to the automation tool. Then execute the test or code using the automation tool. These are the 3 steps. Okay, the same 3 steps will be performed in Selenium also. How can Selenium perform testing, or how can an automation tool perform testing? These are the 3 steps. There is no other way. Fine. Anyhow, like how to do all these things, I am going to explain in the upcoming videos. Okay, so it will take a while, guys. We have to learn all the things, okay, before getting there. So once we complete all those prerequisites, then I'll be showing you how to perform, how to automate something with the help of Selenium, and how to execute the test. Everything I'm going to explain in practical in the upcoming videos. For now, you just need to understand what we are going to do with Selenium and what exactly is Selenium. Now the next thing is type of applications that Selenium can automate. Types of applications that Selenium can automate. So guys, anyone know answer for this question? Types of applications that Selenium can automate?
Web applications.
Yes, web applications. So web applications, examples here, as you can see, this is a web application, because whatever the things that you can open in the browsers, okay, whatever the things that the application that can be opened in the browsers. For example, here tutorials ninja.com/demo is a web application. because I'm opening this application in the browser. When I just simply browse this application URL, the application is opening in the browser, right? I can do all the things from here. Okay, I can do all the things from here. So I can say iPhone, click on search. I can do all the testing here. Okay, just add to cart. A lot of things are there. I can go to the cart. So everything I'm performing is on the web. That's why we call this kind of applications as web applications. Now, so here have this paint application, right? Whatever I am trying to demonstrate here, this is a paint application, paint window. Okay, and in the paint, I'm just typing all the stuff. So is this paint application a web application? Is paint application a web application? Can anyone answer?
No.
Why? Because we are not browsing in the browser. Okay, what exactly is this then? If it is not a web application, what exactly is this paint application then? What can we call?
Desktop.
Yes, desktop application. It's a desktop application. Okay, correct. It's a desktop application. So the next question here is, can we automate desktop applications using Selenium?
No.
Yes. Selenium is not the tool. Okay. Selenium is not the tool for automating the desktop application. Desktop applications cannot be automated. Okay. Only web applications can be automated using Selenium. Now, the next thing is, what about mobile applications? You know, mobile applications, right? Nowadays, everyone has a smartphone and we can install all the mobile applications like Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay. A lot of mobile applications we can install in the mobile. So can Selenium automate these mobile applications?
No.
Yes, the answer is no. The Selenium is not the tool for automating the mobile application. Okay, so here, if your requirement is to automate the desktop applications at later point of time, then any particular tool that you suggest apart, because Selenium cannot do this automation of desktop applications, right? Do you know any tool which can do that? Automating the desktop applications? Which tool can perform desktop application automation?
UFT.
Yes, UFT. And what about mobile application? Any tool which can perform mobile application automation testing?
Appium.
Appium. Correct. You are on track now. Okay. So this is how the things. Yes, correct. Correct. So this is something we should have some idea. Like before we start learning Selenium, we should know its capabilities, right? What it can do, what it cannot do. Okay. At a high level, this will be enough. Now let's move to other things. Okay. So Selenium is a free tool. Next topic is Selenium is a free tool. You don't have to pay anything or purchase some license. Okay, Selenium is a free tool. You can simply download, guys, it for free. For example, if you have to go with, let me compare with Selenium, and here we have UFT. Okay. In case of pricing, so if you want to automate some tests using UFT, then you need to purchase this UFT tool. Here, this is a paid one, paid tool. Okay, it's a commercial tool, you can say, where if you have to like do some automation with UFT, then you have to go with UFT and then like purchase, take a license, then only you will be allowed to download the UFT software and then you can automate the tests. That's why I can say UFT is a paid tool. But coming to Selenium, it is an open source and free tool, guys. Okay, so you don't have to pay any amount. So it's like kind of free, so that everyone can freely download it and use it without paying a single money. Okay, fine. Single dollar, you can actually use this tool. Selenium is free, guys. No need to pay anything to use it. You can simply download from the web, from their official website. We can download. I'll show you from where you can download afterwards. But you can simply download without paying any license cost. So now the next topic is different browsers supported by Selenium. What are the different browsers supported by Selenium? So we'll take care of the nodes here because we have the diagram here already. So here Selenium supports different browsers. Okay. So what does it mean actually? Selenium supports like Selenium supported browsers. What does this mean? Can anyone guess what exactly this means?
Which browsers are going to let you add on Selenium as an automation tool?
Okay. So it's all about executing the tests. Okay. It's all about executing the tests. So if when you run your tests, so earlier when I have used Selenium IDE tool, okay, for demonstration purpose, when I click on this, which browser is opening? In which browser our tests are running? Yes, that is a Chrome browser. Chrome browser, right? Whatever you are seeing on the screen is a Chrome browser. I can show you I can go to help and say about Google Chrome. So this is a Google Chrome browser. Okay, in the Google Chrome browser, our tests are automatically running. So here Selenium supports multiple browsers means you can execute and run your tests not only on Chrome browser, okay, but also Firefox, Internet Explorer, then Edge browser, and I think Safari, I guess. Okay, one more thing is Safari browser, Safari, and one more is Opera browser. So in this diagram, as you can see, the Edge browser is not mentioned, but Edge browser is also part of the list now. Okay. So Selenium supports multiple browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, and Edge. So why we need to execute the test on different browsers? Can anyone say the answer? Give the answer for this question. Why we need to execute our tests on different browsers? Only one browser will be enough, right? To confirm whether the automation test is working or not. Why we have to go with the different browsers?
To see if it'll work like different clients and stuff like that. See if it'll different work with different systems.
Yes, correct. So in real time, when we are working on projects, the client project actually supports different test environments, right? So for some people, the test environments will be like Chrome, okay? The major browsers may be the test environment. So we have to check whether our application is working not only on the Chrome browser, but also on Firefox and Internet Explorer. Let's say, for example, okay? If our application supports all these major three browsers, then it's our duty to test whether our application is working correctly in all these three browsers. So in order to automate this kind of thing, okay, so if you want the Selenium to actually test on behalf of you to see whether our application is not only working on Chrome browser, but also working on Firefox and Internet Explorer. These are the test environments, let's say, in our case. Then this kind of support is really required. That's why Selenium supports multiple browsers, not only Chrome browser, but also Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge browser, Safari, and all the major browsers are supported by Selenium. So once you write some automation code in Selenium, and when you run them, you can choose to run in Chrome browser, Firefox, Internet Explorer, different browsers you can choose to run. Okay. So another question here is, do we have to write separate code for each and every browser for this kind of test execution to make possible? What's the answer, guys? The answer is, as you have pinged me on chat as no, that's the correct answer. Okay, you don't have to write separate code. Okay, write the Selenium automation code once. Very small difference will be there, guys. Okay, single line. You can we can actually make the code in such a way that based, for example, we'll write some condition like this: if browser, okay, browser is equal to, if browser is equal to, sorry, equal to Chrome, then do something like this kind of code we are going to write. Okay, we don't have to modify the entire code, so we don't have to write separate code for each and every browser, guys. Okay, simple high level code. Okay, this kind of thing will be included in the framework where if browser is equal to Chrome, then open this, okay, use this kind of thing. If browser is equal to Firefox, use this kind of thing. That will be enough. Okay, a single step will be enough, and later part all the other code will be common for each and every browser. You don't have to write separate code for each and every browser, guys. A high level mentioning in the framework will be enough just to see which browser you want to run. Okay, if you want to choose Chrome browser, then If browser is equal to Chrome, like that you have to write in the automation code. But you don't have to change the entire code for each and every browser. You don't have to write separate code for, okay, separate entire code. So the answer is correct. That is, we don't have to write separate code for each and every browser. Next thing. So now coming to the operating systems. So Selenium supports different operating systems. Okay, this is also same thing. Like sometimes you need to check whether the application is working in different browsers. Sometimes you need to check whether the, okay, application, our test application is working in different operating systems, right? Test environments may be different for different people, right? So some people have to test in Linux, some people have to perform testing in Mac, some people have to perform testing in Windows. So that's the reason Selenium has to support multiple operating systems also. What are the different major operating systems that Selenium supports? Here I will show. Okay, here I will show. Yes, Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay, these are the major three operating systems that are there in the market, right? So all these three operating systems, the Selenium supports. So we don't have to worry. Okay, Selenium supports all the market leading browsers along with Edge browser, and Selenium supports different operating systems that which you can see on the screen. Windows, Mac, and Linux are supported. Okay, you can not only execute your automation tests on Windows machine, but also you can execute your automation tests on Mac and Linux machines also. Fine. Next thing. Now coming to the programming languages support. Selenium supports different programming languages. Selenium supports different programming languages. So like why the Selenium has to support different programming languages? One of the programming language that Selenium can support. Can anyone say any particular
Java,
programming? Yeah, come again. I didn't hear that.
Java.
Yes, Java is a major one. Okay, so like everyone actually, like most of the people in the community actually use Selenium with Java programming language. That's correct. And any other programming languages that you know that Selenium will support? I have,
C,
yes, yeah.
sorry, C plus plus.
C sharp. C sharp is correct. Okay, C sharp is correct. Then we have, like, I am seeing a lot of things on chat, so I will, okay, just write down whatever you are typing in the chat. So Shivam was saying like JavaScript. That's correct. JavaScript is supported. Like also popular nowadays, JavaScript. Okay. Then we have Python. Python is also popular. All these four things, whatever written so far is are popular, guys. Okay. A lot of people are using these four different programming languages nowadays: Java, C Sharp, JavaScript, and Python. Okay. So Ruby and Perl. People are even using Ruby also. Okay. To some extent, Ruby is also second. I can give second priority. Okay. Second popular kind of thing. First priority is like anyhow Java. A lot of people, like, it's very common for a lot of people to automate in Java, guys. Okay. Then C sharp also a lot of people are using. We can't say that it's like competing good with Java nowadays. Like, but not like the, if I take the percentage and all, Java has a more percentage. Then C sharp also has a major share. Then JavaScript also has a major share, and Python also has a major share. Okay, every language here has a different reason why people are using. Okay, why people are using. It has its own reasons. So some people automate using Selenium with Java programming language. Some people automate using C sharp for Selenium and like that. Okay, so this is like there from long time. Java is there from long time. Okay, Java is there from long time, and a lot of people are habituated to program in Java. So that's the reason Selenium, you say, with Java is like more. Then coming to C sharp, as you can see, right, all the Microsoft, like a lot of people work on the Microsoft tools like Visual Studio and all, right? So for those people, right, they prefer automating Selenium using C sharp. Then JavaScript, as you can see, a lot of tools are now in the market, guys. Not only Selenium, we have a lot of tools in the market nowadays, like Protractor is there, okay? Like WebDriver IO is there. and many other tools came in the market. Okay, every tool is based on the JavaScript, many tools. So for some people who want to actually use JavaScript as their basic language, because they can automate the scripts using Selenium in JavaScript, they can automate the scripts. Okay, this automation tools actually work majorly on JavaScript, guys. Okay, so I have to say that here Protractor, WebDriver, IO, all the future tools, you don't have to learn them right away. Based on your requirement, you can change your tools. So these are like very good with JavaScript. Okay, Protractor, WebDriver, IO, and many other tools are there in the market. So like if your plan is to not only automate using Java, but if you can start with JavaScript and Selenium, there's a possibility that when you move to other tools like Protractor, WebDriver, IO, it will be very easy. And also nowadays, like a lot of front-end tools are there in the market, right? So here, how the applications will be developed using some HTML code, some CSS, and some JavaScript, right? And if you go into the advanced level, we got AngularJS. First, JavaScript is there in the market. Then on the top of that, we got AngularJS. Then we got React.js and all those stuff. Okay, a lot of new technologies are adding into the market, into the client side. That's why if you go with JavaScript, right? So like somehow this JavaScript is like becoming common. Okay, because of some XYZ reasons, people have to use JavaScript for automation also, because they are familiar with this kind of front end tools and all. Now next thing is Python. So as you already know, like Python is also booming up in the market, right? So if like if you want to go for machine learning or AI or whatever other advanced technologies, Python is being chosen as a future language. So a lot of speculations are there on each and every language. Some people prefer Java, some people prefer C Sharp for different reasons, because a lot of people are habituated in using Visual Studio and all. The development team actually writes the C Sharp code rather than Java code. Then you can choose C Sharp. Okay, so it doesn't matter actually. Okay, so it doesn't matter like there is no rule like if the let's say this application is there, guys. What I am saying is like if this application is there, whatever the application you are seeing on the screen is there, right? So let's say you have like programmers have used some development code. Let's say they have developed this tutorials ninja slash demo on C sharp programming language. They have developed this application on the C sharp programming language, let's say. So is it compulsory for me to automate? Is it compulsory for me to automate using C sharp? Answer, guys. Anyone? Do I have to automate also in C sharp if application is developed on C sharp? Yeah, I got a chat ping like the answer is no. That's correct. You don't have to do that. Even though your application that you are going to test is developed in C sharp. Let's say this is the application that you're going to test, and let's say this application is developed in C sharp. And you can still automate in Java, guys. Okay, you don't have to have the same programming language, but there is a benefit, right? For example, like if your developers are developing something on C sharp, and if your team like automation team also is writing the automation scripts on C sharp, what is the benefit there? What will be the benefit, guys? Can you tell me? Even though it's not required, it's not compulsory, but there is a benefit. Can anyone say what is the benefit if the development and execution both are on the same automation both are there in the same C sharp language? What will be the benefit? Can anyone? It's very simple, guys. The answer is there itself in the question itself. Okay, if your developers of the application have developed the application using C sharp, and your automation guys or automation testers have also automated in C sharp, what will be the benefit? So if the complete team can understand the automation code and can work together if required. Okay, we can actually oversee the code like so like right, like complete team can work on the same thing. Okay, they can understand whatever the things are happening. That's the only benefit. Okay, it's too technical, that's fine, but this is the benefit, guys. Okay, it's not compulsory. You can still automate using Java even though your application is developed in C sharp. But if you use the same programming language, the developers and testers use the same programming language, the communication will improve and everyone in the team can understand what is going on with each other. Okay, that is the only thing. Now let's go back to the introduction part, where different programming languages supported by Selenium are Java, C Sharp, Ruby, Python, Perl. All these things you already mentioned, right? Apart from that, you also mentioned JavaScript. And apart from this other languages, we have other 3 languages like we generally don't know much about these languages like Haskell, Objective-C and R. Okay, these are other languages that Selenium supports also. Okay, so that means all the popular programming languages are supported by Selenium. Okay, now 3 things I explained. All the different popular browsers are supported by Selenium. All the different popular operating systems are supported by Selenium, and all the different popular programming languages are also supported by Selenium. So this is the capability of Selenium, guys. Okay, we need to know how good is Selenium. Okay, when you compare Selenium with other automation tool, this can be used as a metrics. Okay, so tomorrow when you work on a particular project where you are asked to automate something, so you may have to do some groundwork, right? So whether whether our tool supports all the operating systems or not, whether our tool supports all the browsers or not, whether our tool supports all the programming languages or not. Okay, we have to see what is the merit and demerits of each and every tool while choosing a tool. But most of the people choose Selenium as an automation tool, guys. Until and unless Selenium cannot perform something, they will move on to the other tools. Fine. Now different components in Selenium. The next topic is different components in Selenium. Can anyone give the answer for this? Different components in Selenium. Does anyone know the answer for this question? Like if you don't know, just type no, guys, in the chat. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, fine, no problem. I'll explain. So Selenium, I am saying, what is Selenium? I said so far, it's an automation tool, right? So far the definition for Selenium was Selenium is an automation tool. Now let me change the definition a bit. That is, I am going to say that Selenium is not a single tool. It's not a single tool. It is a collection of several components. Selenium is not a single tool, guys. So far I was saying like Selenium is an automation tool, but Selenium is not an automation tool. Okay, it's not a single automation tool. It's an automation tool, but it's not a single one. So it has to be combined with multiple components. Then only it will become a automation tool. Okay, it's a collection of several components. Different components together will form Selenium, guys. Okay, so what are the different components we have in Selenium? These are the 4 major components, guys. First we have Selenium ID. Selenium ID. Yes, yes, correct. And Anand, you are right. IDE, WebDriver. Okay. Then we have Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Then we have, as you said, yes, RC, Selenium RC, guys. Okay. This is outdated anyhow. Selenium RC. And finally, we have Selenium Grid. These are the 4 different components of Selenium. All these 4 components together will form Selenium tool. Okay. When you combine Selenium ID with Selenium WebDriver with the Selenium RC and Selenium Grid, we generally call that as a Selenium as an automation tool, which is a combination or collection of several components like Selenium ID, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium RC and Selenium Grid. So out of all these components, what is the major component that we have to work or learn? So do we have to learn all these components, or any one component is enough? Yes, I am receiving the chat where Anand is saying WebDriver is something we have to learn. Yes, that's correct. WebDriver is the one which we have to focus. Okay. So Selenium ID is very simple, guys. You don't even have to learn it because it's a simple record and playback tool. Okay. There is not much that you can learn from Selenium ID, and also people don't use Selenium ID in the real time. Okay. So it is a beneficial tool. I can say that Selenium ID is a good tool, but you don't have to learn to that extent. Okay, you don't have to focus to that extent. It is a very simple helping tool side by side. That's it. But the major learning comes in case of Selenium WebDriver. We have to focus on Selenium WebDriver. Okay, we have to focus more on learning the Selenium WebDriver. This is the main thing that's why we came to this sessions. Okay, the training sessions will be more focused on the Selenium WebDriver. Then what about Selenium RC? Do we have to learn Selenium RC? Here, high level, okay, high level usage is enough. High level learning is enough. At a high level, how the Selenium ID works is enough. You don't have to learn each and everything about Selenium ID. Okay, how to use will be enough at a high level. But here, complete focus. Okay, complete learning focus should be there here in case of Selenium WebDriver. Then what about Selenium RC? How much focus we have to keep on Selenium RC? Anyone? Yes. So not at all required. Not at all required. You can completely ignore, guys. This is just for the, it's one of the component, but you don't have to learn anything at all. Okay, out of scope you can say, for because this is outdated already, guys. Okay, long back it got outdated, not now. Okay, it's outdated. It's the older version of Selenium WebDriver, you can see. So it used to be the major component long time back. Okay, but now it's not the major component. So when Selenium WebDriver came, automatically what happened? Selenium RC got outdated. Okay, no one is using Selenium RC. Everyone has migrated from Selenium RC to WebDriver now. No one is using Selenium RC now. Okay, so you don't have to learn it at all. You just have to know that Selenium RC is a component of Selenium. Okay, automation tool. But apart from that, you don't have to know anything else. What about Selenium Grid? Do we have to learn? Yes. So anyone else like yes, correct. Selenium Grid we have to learn, guys. Okay, we have to learn. So as part of Selenium WebDriver, we are going to learn Selenium Grid. Okay. So it doesn't take that much time that Selenium WebDriver takes. Okay. So Selenium Grid also we have to learn. This is also important. You have to even focus on Selenium Grid also. That I will be covering once Selenium WebDriver is done. Then we'll go to Selenium Grid. So these two things will be enough for our learning. Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid are the two components that we are going to learn in our training sessions. Coming to Selenium ID, we'll cover it at a high level. It will not take 5 to 10 minutes max. Okay, already we learned it, but let me cover it again. And Selenium RC is completely outdated. So it will be in red color, guys. Okay, no, it's outdated. You don't have to learn. At least this you can keep in orange so that at high level we are going to cover Selenium ID. Whereas Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid or something, we have to focus completely. Selenium RC, we are not going to touch it as it is already outdated. So Selenium is not a single tool. It's a combination of different components. That is nothing but IDE, RC, WebDriver, and Grid. Okay. Now coming to the next topic, what are the different versions of Selenium? What are the different versions of Selenium? Anyone have any idea like what are the different versions of Selenium? What exactly is the latest version we can use? Where can we find such kind of versions? Any idea? Okay. So Selenium started with, you don't have to know much, guys. Okay. So at a high level, just understand. Yes, seleniumhq.org is correct, Krish. Yeah. What are the different versions of Selenium? Selenium 1 is the first version. Selenium 2 is the second version. Selenium 3 is the third version. And the current version is also Selenium 3. But all the complete market is awaiting for the future version of Selenium, that is, which is still not there in the market, guys. Okay. That is nothing but Selenium 4. This is upcoming. Okay. So things are going here. So stable versions, coming to the stable versions, we have Selenium 1, 2 and 3 available now. And out of this, latest is Selenium 3. The latest version that we can use right now is Selenium 3. So as someone is saying, Krish was saying in the chat, like we have to go to seleniumhq.org, right? So let's go to seleniumhq.org, hq.org. So this is the older official website, guys. Seleniumhq.org is the older official website. Okay. The latest official website is selenium.dev. When we have to go to the official website of Selenium, earlier we have to browse this seleniumhq.org, but now we can browse selenium.dev. Okay. Selenium.dev is the latest name for the official website. But don't worry, guys, even though you type seleniumhq.org, it will take you automatically to the same latest version, that is selenium.dev. You see, I browsed for seleniumhq.org, but what I got? Selenium.dev. It got redirected. Okay. Whether you browse for seleniumhq.org or whether you browse for selenium.dev, you'll land on the same page. You don't have to worry. Why? Because a lot of people were using the official website as seleniumhq.org from long period of time. Since the Selenium guys have changed the official website to selenium.dev, they thought like even though someone types seleniumhq.org, they thought of taking it to the selenium.dev page like this. Okay, this is a place where you can download the Selenium, guys. This is the official website of Selenium and the place where you can download the Selenium. And as you can see, some versions downloads. Go to downloads page, scroll down. You see, latest stable version is in which version? 3, right? Here I am discussing about 1, 2, 3. So stable versions are there in, here they are saying stable version. So coming to the versions and stable versions, we have in the version 3. But coming to the alpha versions, which are not stable yet. Okay. Selenium guys are releasing the alpha versions nowadays. So if you want to see what kind of new things are there in Selenium 4, Selenium guys are releasing the alpha versions. The alpha version is 4. That means 4 is going to come in the market soon, guys. But it's taking a lot of time. It's been an year and they are simply updating the alpha versions. Okay, it's been an year and still they are updating the alpha versions. No one knows when this alpha version is going to come. Okay, that stable version of Selenium 4 is going to come. So far now, stable version is Selenium 3. Now tell me, guys. Now tell me, what are the different versions of Selenium? Selenium 1, Selenium 2, Selenium 3, and also Selenium 4. So out of this, my question here is, what are the stable versions that we have so far to date? Out of these 4 versions, what are the stable versions? Anyone? Yes, yes, correct. Up to 3, we have the stable, okay, which got released into the market as stable versions are 1, 2, 3. But coming to Selenium 4, is it stable? Is it stable version or which phase it is there?
No.
So it's in alpha state, okay, alpha state. So it's not released as a stable version. It's still in a what means alpha means you may get some bugs. They are not guaranteeing you, okay. Stable means guarantee is there that everything will work fine. Most of the things will work fine. But here, no guarantee. You may see some bugs here, okay. You are still allowed to use the Selenium for alpha version, but there is a possibility of bugs. So one more thing you need to understand about these versions is Selenium 3 versus Selenium 4. Okay, Selenium 4. Now Selenium guys are working both on these both versions, guys. In case of Selenium 4, they are releasing the alpha versions. In the browser, in this Selenium selenium.dev/downloads, if you see here, they are releasing some versions for 3 and 4 together. In case of 4, they are releasing the alpha versions. So 4.0.0 alpha 6. Tomorrow alpha 7 will come. Day after tomorrow alpha 8 may come, like that. Okay, they are releasing the alpha version. In case of Selenium 3, they are also working on Selenium 3 parallel. Okay, while they are working on the alpha versions, still the Selenium 3 is getting updated to latest versions. That is, here you see 3.141.59 is there. Tomorrow 3.141.60 may come. 6.1 may come. 6.2 may come. Okay. Even they are updating to the latest versions of Selenium 3 also. Okay. Why they are doing so? So here, why both the versions are getting updated every time? So what they are doing is, they are doing something else. So they are adding new things. Okay, adding new things for Selenium 4. Since Selenium 4 is taking a lot of time, these new things, once they get stable, they are adding back to the Selenium 3 itself. Adding back to the Selenium 3. You're getting my point? What's happening now nowadays? Selenium guys are working on Selenium 4 for releasing a major stable version. Selenium 4 has to come, but since it is taking time, these guys are, whatever the new things are there, once they get stable, they are just adding to the older version, that is Selenium 3. Okay, older Selenium 3 version, they are adding this new features. So understood guys what's happening now, how the Selenium guys are working with the versions of Selenium 3 and Selenium 4? Can anyone say what's happening now? Just to see where you are, whether you understood what I explained or not. Anyone? Just repeat whatever I said. Selenium 4, simply they are working on the alpha versions. They are trying to add new features. Once the new features are getting stable, instead of releasing Selenium 4, it's taking time, they are just adding to Selenium 3 and keeping on changing the version here. Okay, so which version I have to use guys? Now tell me, if I have to tomorrow, if I have to explain how the Selenium WebDriver works or Selenium works, which version I have to use? Do I have to use alpha version or Selenium version? Which version I have to use? Yes, you are right. The latest version of Selenium will be good. That is stable version will be good, 3.1, because all the new features that are there in the Selenium 4 alpha versions will also be there in the Selenium 3. You don't have to go with alpha versions because it has some bugs. It may have some bugs. This is stable, so we can simply use it. That's correct. Everyone is correct. We have to use the. So if tomorrow when I start Selenium WebDriver, which version of Selenium I'm going to use? I'm going to use Selenium 3 latest version. Latest Selenium 3 version I'm going to use for demonstrating the automation scripts. Okay, latest Selenium 3 version I'm going to use. I'm not going to use Selenium 4 alpha version. Okay, that's not required. Fine. So few people are getting confused, few people who are already using Selenium 3, right? They are thinking like Selenium 4 features are there still in Selenium 3, because that is intentionally happening guys. Okay, these Selenium guys are actually adding the latest features of Selenium 4 into Selenium 3 itself. Okay, once they get stable, simply adding to the Selenium 3 version. That's the reason they are getting confused. You don't have to confuse guys. Okay, fine. Now you got a high level idea of different versions of Selenium and which one you have to use. Fine. Now what are the different prerequisites we have to learn for understanding Selenium? So before learning Selenium, we have to learn some prerequisites. Without these prerequisites, you will not understand Selenium guys. Okay, without learning these prerequisites, we cannot learn Selenium. What are the prerequisites guys? Can anyone say what are the different prerequisites we have to cover before learning Selenium? Yes, the major one is core Java. A lot of people know that without Java programming, we cannot start learning Selenium, because programming is important, right? Yes, core Java is correct. And the major other one is locators. Okay, locators. Fine. So in locators, we have to, for understanding locators, we need to learn HTML. Okay, without HTML, we cannot understand locators. I'll tell you how the things will happen. Okay, so core Java and locators are the two major things that are required for you to learn Selenium. So what I'm going to plan is, in the upcoming videos or sessions, training sessions, I'm going to teach this locators and core Java. Once I cover this locators and core Java in detail, then only I'll start explaining you how to learn Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so these are the prerequisites guys. High level prerequisites for learning Selenium are locators and core Java. If we know how to learn how to use locators and how to use Java programming language, then you can simply learn Selenium. Selenium is very easy guys. Once you learn these two things, it depends on how much command you have on these things. Okay, if you have good command on these two things, then your learning of Selenium is very easy. Okay, learning of Selenium is very easy if you complete these prerequisites first before moving to Selenium. Core Java and locators I am going to cover next. Before going to Selenium, I am going to cover the prerequisites required for Selenium, that is locators and core Java. Then only you can understand Selenium better. Fine. So now already I explained about official website of Selenium, so I don't have to go again. The older official website was seleniumhq.org. The place from which you are going to download Selenium is official website of Selenium, that is seleniumhq.org, which was the older version. Still, if you type seleniumhq.org, it will take you to the latest official website of Selenium, that is selenium.dev, okay, which is latest. So guys, this is like introduction to Selenium. Now you got all the things that you need to, what you are going to do, and in the upcoming sessions, everything you got to know now, right? So all the things, all the basics, and all the things that you need to know about Selenium at a high level are covered in this session. So any questions or doubts, guys, before I close this session? Any questions you have? No, clear, fine. So you can ask me any doubts if you have, like, yeah. So this is like a very simple, easy session today. Tomorrow, I will be covering, we'll be moving into locators part. Okay, we'll be moving to the locators part. So after that, we'll be moving into core Java, and once done, then we'll be going to the Selenium WebDriver. This is the plan, guys. Simple. Okay. So guys, that's it. If you don't have any questions, we can simply meet tomorrow at the same time.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much, Ron.
Great. Fine, guys. See you at the same time tomorrow. Then, bye. See you.
All right.
Okay,
Good
thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.